Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I couldn't be more excited to welcome you to today's session, Addressing Data Protection and Disaster Recovery Needs. My name's Maria Johnson, and I'm a Channel Marketing Manager for Zerto, which continues to be integrated fully into HPE. Joining me is Bob Brown, my colleague from TierPoint. And over the next 20 minutes, Bob and I will be diving into the latest advancements in how to protect your data and build a disaster recovery strategy that strengthens your digital defenses and ensures that your critical workloads are safeguarded against any threat. So let's get started. For those of you who are not familiar with Zerto, since 2011, we've been an industry leader in data protection and recovery software solutions. We protect, recover, and migrate data and applications for continuous availability, regardless of the environment you're running in. And the goal is really to provide uninterrupted experience in your business with the least amount of data loss and downtime possible. So we're trusted by some of the biggest names in the business, but we also work with small and medium-sized businesses to help protect and recover from disasters and the many cyber threats that are around today. And I'm going to be sharing some of those IT challenges in the marketplace and how Zerto is positioned to be a smart partner and solution, just like our partnership with TierPoint, which you'll hear more about. But before I dive into those, I wanted to set the stage for what's happening in technology for businesses today and why this matters. To set the context, data is the lifeblood of business today, informing every strategic decision. So all your innovation, operations, decision-making, use of AI, all of this depends on data. But of course, the challenge is that data needs to be accessible for a business to function, right? And it's really under threat in many ways. There's cyber threats. We hear about it more every day. There's disruptions, both unplanned, but also planned if maintenance and upgrades are not managed well. And multi-cloud complexity. Wherever you are in your cloud journey, managing this hybrid cloud, multi-cloud environments, it adds complexity, which creates potential security gaps. So the takeaway really is, if you can't recover quickly and confidently, your business is at risk. There are several areas of risk. First, let's put some numbers on it. The average cost of a ransomware attack is almost $5 million. And many companies aren't looking at this as critically as they should. It's not a matter of if, but when. There's new regulations you must meet, or you'll have compliance and legal risk. And finally, competitors have the same information, and they aren't waiting. But sometimes the biggest loss of all, which isn't on here, is your business reputation. Once users and customers lose trust, what financial number do you put on that? Looking more closely at cyber resilience and security, you can see the trend of organizations prioritizing cybersecurity. This is a CEO survey by Gartner, and out of all the priorities listed, the one thing CEOs think their IT function should do more of is improve security and privacy. And on the right, 80% of the CIOs reported they've increased their investment in cyber information security. So we see this shift in technology, right? The challenges, the cost, the investments. Organizations are using these shifts to inform their strategic decisions. So how do we help customers with these challenges? Bringing us back to Zerto, as I mentioned, we're known for three primary use cases. First, helping organizations recover from disasters with an RPO of just seconds and an RTO of mere minutes. Businesses can restore operations quickly, minimizing the downtime. And then second, cyber resilience. Zerto focuses on real-time encryption detection, which means companies get alerted to potential cyber attacks as they occur. So Zerto can flag unusual activities, allowing for fast incident response. And then finally, simplified cloud management to help with the complexity, and providing flexibility to move and protect within and across clouds. And all of this is based on a foundation of continuous data protection, the space that Zerto has pioneered and been a market leader in for over a decade. The beauty of Zerto for disaster recovery is that it's multi-hypervisor and public cloud capable. So it's extremely flexible. You can move data workloads to the cloud, from the cloud, within the cloud, as well as DR on-prem or some combination of these. And because we're software only, customers can choose to do what's best for the business. There's no vendor lock-in. You simply set it up, replicate, and it stays always on to keep you always protected. And of course, Zerto partners with our MSP partners to offer DRaaS, like TierPoint. And together, our solutions offer best-in-class protection for companies who want to keep their data protected and quickly recovered when needed. And Bob's going to dig a little deeper into what this looks like. Part of what makes continuous data protection with Zerto so powerful also is the unique journaling capabilities we have. The Zerto journal tracks every single change made in your application or on your server, and it logs these as checkpoints every 5 or 10 seconds, even with hundreds or thousands of servers. So this journal then stores the changed data for 1 hour up to 30 days, and it offers you unmatched granularity when it comes to recovery. Whenever needed, you can simply rewind to an old checkpoint and easily recover from that exact point in time, like a DVR. The Zerto Cyber Resilience Vault adds a next level of protection by ensuring resilience against even the most sophisticated cyber threats. It combines an isolated recovery environment with a zero trust architecture, creating a secure vault for critical data. It leverages air-gapped and immutable data copies, so your data remains untouchable from external threats. And this just delivers peace of mind knowing your data is protected, recoverable, and resilient against this evolving landscape of cyber threats. I'm going to be turning it over to Bob, who is going to be sharing more about the technology behind these solutions. And if you want to dig around, learn more about Zerto, just go to hpe.com/Zerto. You can also read a lot of honest reviews from real customers there. So thank you for your time. And now take it away, Bob.
Thanks, Maria. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I appreciate you taking some time out to join us. As Maria mentioned, my name is Bob Brown, and I'm a lead solutions engineer at TierPoint with a focus on disaster recovery and backup solutions. I want to take just a minute or two before we get to our main topic and give a brief overview of TierPoint and our solutions for anybody who may not be familiar with us. TierPoint operates over 40 data centers across the United States, and all are going to be interconnected with fiber offering speeds of up to 100 gigabits per second. All of our data centers can also offer connectivity to any of the major hyperscalers with a very low latency through our partnership with Megaport. You can see with the geographic diversity of our data centers, we can provide a recovery location that will be able to ensure that your data is going to be protected from any natural disaster, from a localized power failure, and is going to meet your auditing requirements. So TierPoint helps you meet your IT and business goals with flexible, secure solutions. Whether you're going to be focused on disaster recovery and data protection, like we're going to be talking about today, or running critical workloads in the cloud, we support your environment. From multi-tenant and hosted private cloud options to public cloud utilizing AWS and Azure. Now, if you're using IBM Power Systems or mainframes, we can provide both production and DR services on those platforms as well. You can also integrate security services into any of your managed solutions, and our team offers consulting, planning, and support including help with business impact analysis to strengthen your DR strategy. IDC did a survey not too long ago, and this graphic shows some of the top challenges for companies regarding their disaster recovery programs. IT personnel knowledge and IT personnel time were two of the top challenges from the survey. Most companies that are out there don't have a dedicated disaster recovery team that only focuses on DR events. The DR team is typically going to be made up of the staff that focuses on the day-to-day operations and keeping your production environment up and operating. They don't deal with recovering equipment on a regular basis, and quite honestly, most of them are hoping that they never need to. Many companies are also worried about meeting their established RTOs and RPOs for the individual applications. The Flexera State of the Cloud report came out a few months ago, and one of the top priorities of the CIOs that were surveyed there was managing their disaster recovery and business continuity better. And of course, in both the IDC survey and the Flexera report, cost and budget were both a major concern. One of the best way to control costs in a disaster recovery program is to take a tiered approach to your application recovery. Having a business impact analysis or BIA done will help you identify the most critical applications for your specific business, and it allows a solution to be tailored around your specific needs. The Tier 0 applications are the critical infrastructure that can't have any downtime. Active Directory is a good typical example of this. Many companies will look to use the native application to replicate and keep the application up at the DR site at all times. Then we're going to drop down to our Tier 1 apps. These are the mission critical applications. These can typically have an RTO of 15 minutes to an hour with very low data loss being acceptable. This is where a solution like Zerto comes in and shines. Very low RTO, and the RPO is going to be in the seconds. The Tier 2 and 3 applications will typically have an RTO of 4 hours to 24 hours or more. These can be recovered by a variety of methods, including disk-based replication, recovery from backups, and recovery from tapes. And again, here, the RTOs and RPOs listed are just an example. Your company is going to have different tiers, could have more, could have fewer. This goes back to the importance of having that BIA done so that it will be specific for your company's requirements. Maria mentioned earlier the constant cyber threats that are out there and causing everyone issues. Because of this, companies are looking to cloud-based solutions and solution providers to provide rapid and reliable recovery for their environments. Modern data resilience plans need to be able to protect you from a number of different issues, and the protection needs to happen at different levels. Having a solid security infrastructure in place can stop ransomware from getting into your environment, but we all know that the bad actors out there keep finding new ways to access our data. Having a solid backup solution in place and ensuring that you're using immutable and encrypted storage is the next level to protecting your environment. Also, making sure that you have an offsite copy of that data, preferably somewhere that's going to be accessible to your disaster recovery site. And ensuring that your disaster recovery solution is up to date, tested, and provides ransomware detection is the last piece to ensure that you'll have a rapid and reliable recovery in the event of a disaster. All of this leads us into why companies are looking to disaster recovery and backup solution providers to provide services to protect their data. The disaster recovery teams at TierPoint are focused on DR solutions and recovering customers' environments. This is going to allow your IT staff to focus on getting your production environment back up and operating as quickly as possible during an actual disaster event. Using a DR provider like TierPoint ensures that you'll always have the technical expertise watching over your environment 24/7, 365. By utilizing cloud-based services, whether they're a dedicated private cloud resource, a shared resource within a TierPoint data center, or using a hyperscale solution provider like Azure or AWS, you can ensure you're going to get cost-effective solution that is protecting your business with an SLA and getting your environment back up and operating. Minimizing downtime is going to be a common theme among all of our customers. They can't rely on the extended downtimes that it takes to recover from traditional backups anymore. As you can see here, all of our solutions are going to be built on enterprise class hardware. As I've mentioned, the disaster recovery targets can be one of TierPoint's multi-tenant cloud pods. It can be a hosted private cloud solution, or we can utilize a public cloud target like AWS and Azure. We're going to work with you to determine which of those solutions would be the best fit for your particular environment. One of the key elements we had just discussed was the ability to detect potential ransomware in your data. Using the real-time encryption detection in Zerto 10, TierPoint will alert you of any potential ransomware in the data that's being replicated. We also provide an industry-leading SLA-backed recovery time of 10 VMs being recovered every 15 minutes. This SLA ensures that your environment will be up and operational and allows you to get that real RTO that you're looking for. This service is subscription-based and is going to be inclusive of the Zerto licensing, the compute for the environment, the target storage, along with the journal sizing, the replication bandwidth, and then there'll be a couple management options. We offer both a self-managed option for customers who want to manage their recoveries internally, and a fully managed option where TierPoint personnel will take care of the entire recovery for you, and your IT teams can focus on getting the production environment back up and running. And lastly, testing is going to be a key component of any successful disaster recovery program. Testing at least annually allows you to be sure that you're going to be protected against any potential disaster. This allows you to make sure that the solutions are meeting your RTOs. Our cloud-based recovery solution powered by Zerto includes 72 hours of annual testing, and additional testing can be added if required. After testing, you're going to receive an attestation of the test that can be provided to auditors as proof of the successful test. Perhaps the most important piece of a successful DR program and protecting your data is going to be choosing the right vendor. TierPoint is a recognized leader in both disaster recovery and backup as a service solutions. And we've been Zerto's managed partner of the year for multiple years, and we're one of the top 5 Zerto partners worldwide. If your organization is prioritizing high performance, low latency, and strong cybersecurity, you're not alone. That's exactly where Dental Associates found themselves. They were especially concerned about the risks of data breaches and ransomware, with HIPAA compliance and patient confidentiality on the line. On top of that, they needed a reliable, near instant access to digital x-rays, not just for operational efficiency, but for accurate real-time patient care. This is where TierPoint's disaster recovery as a service powered by Zerto came into play. With our solution, they were able to strengthen their cybersecurity posturing, reducing latency and ensuring continuity of access to the critical imaging systems. And because the service includes regular updates, proactive auditing, and advanced threat detection, they now operate with more confidence, knowing both performance and compliance needs are fully supported. If your team is juggling similar challenges, this is the kind of operational peace of mind we aim to deliver. So if you'd like to learn more about TierPoint's disaster recovery solution powered by Zerto and how we can help enhance your data protection strategy, you can visit us on the web at www.tierpoint.com. You'll be able to review our products and services, and we'll be able to chat with one of our solutions advisors online. You can also call us at 877-859-8437. When you reach out, one of our DR experts will discuss your company's business requirements for a data protection solution. They'll discuss the different services that we can offer, share some industry trends that we're seeing across TierPoint, and then we'll work with you to set up the next steps to ensure that we're going to help you achieve your goals. And that's it for us today. Both Maria and I would like to thank you for your time, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Take care.